Hello, you boys, girls, that technical attitude. Where we last left off, I made a few bad jokes. All for One is on his last Pokemon, and they're about to fight with Greninja and, All for One's final Pokemon, which is a Rhyhorn with a lot of spikes, some on his shoulders, some on his knuckles, two on his knees, and his nose is really big, and he has 6 drills on his back. I've had this written down. Don't read the last part. Damn it. Sorry, me. Anyways, let's go on with the fighting. As All for One says, put on the mask and fight at your fullest, Kodama. Damn, didn't know you knew, as Deku puts on the mask, with his one eye glowing red. Because in his superior evolution form, the 2 holes that you see there sorely and merge into one giant eye. It has a red iris. Anyways, let's move on. Deku shoots out 2 wooden swords out of his body as he holds them, as he rushes towards All for One, and Greninja following as well. They both go for the Pokemon and All for One. Deku going against the human and Greninja going against the Pokemon. As Deku tries to strike All for One with his sword, he misses. But then his wooden sword expands a twist and shoots wood towards All for One, stabbing him. As the Pokemon stammers back a little bit as well as All for One. As both Greninja and Deku jump back. Deku puts his wooden swords behind his back as they connect, creating a throwing star. Kind of an imitation of Greninja's. Damn it, I'm still having trouble. Greninja's throwing star thing starts getting enveloped with a shadow ball, as Deku's throwing star, made of wood, is starting to get enveloped with water as it swirls around it along with a dark pattern and a little bit of green. As both of them throw it at their respective enemies. As both of them rush, grabbing their throwing stars and shoving them into where the hearts would be. Both All for One and the Rhyhorn stammer back, as both Deku and Ninja do a backflip backwards. As Deku says, okay, you gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Yes, I see. Not like this bleeding hole in my chest doesn't hurt or anything. I give you my condolences. Why? For the funeral that's about to happen. As All for One creates an air cannon, as the Rhyhorn shoots out its 6 spikes on its back as they fly through the air, homing onto Frogadier. As Deku gets in front of him, creating a wooden wall as things start drilling. Greninja, damn it. Greninja and Deku jump up as they land onto the wooden wall. As the drills go through, 2 of them have stopped. The rest are slowing down but picking up speed fast. Deku jumps in using his 2 swords, knocks down 3 of them. One of them gets knocked into the other one by pure chance. They land into the floor, with Greninja shooting out one of its throwing stars at the last one. As both of them saying, "Is that all you got?" No, it isn't, as All for One shoots out an air fist. As they both get knocked back, being a little bit injured. With both of them blitzing and trying to kick All for One, he simply blocks them as he throws them into each other and into the ground. Oh, hey, All Might! Nice to see you! Why is your head going through the concrete? I'm just fighting All for One. Oh no, he's gonna pick me up. Hi! Huh. What was that about this being all I got? Oh no, my statement still stands as Deku whacks one of his wooden swords in between All For One's legs. Yeah, that's called fighting dirty. Good one. Thanks. I learned from the best. Also, your wife, because she whacks you on the head so many times. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's a sign of her affection, but I don't know. Wait, hold on. That one's married? That is unexpected. Don't look too much into it. Have you two, I'm confused. How long? I mean, we're 18 right now, so about 12 years or so, maybe 13. I apologize, but what? And like I said, don't look too much into it. You know what? That has somehow taken my attention off of the burning pain in my crotch. Fire crotch. You want me to glue it down for you? I can throw one of these throwing stars in there. I can see why you two get along. Both of you act like children. I mean, to be fair, I am a kid, and I mean, young adults. Hey, don't even be throwing that out there, dude. Anyways, wait, hold on, you two are married? Yeah. What? Legal age to consent in Japan is 13, so as soon as we felt comfortable, we got married at 15. 3 years ago. Oh, that is nice. When is your anniversary? In about 3 months or so. Oh, I see. Yeah. Anyways, can we get along with the fighting? Because honestly, I don't feel comfortable talking about my marriage with a complete stranger. I apologize. Thanks. You know, we honestly thought you would be a lot more scared. Very scary. But you seem very nice. I can be scary when I want to be. Yeah, I do not look forward to that. As they rush, as both of them jump up and going for the Pokemon this time, with it trying to shoot out its nose horn. As Deku simply grabs it as it starts drilling into his hands as he feels a little bit of pain, but then stabbing it straight into the Rhyhorn stomach. He couldn't be too precise because if he held on any longer, his hands would be decommissioned. As Deku uses Leech Seed, don't ask how he knows that. It involves a bet, which, how far? You know what, I'm not getting into this. He spits a seed at Rhyhorn, draining it. Oh, why do I feel tired? Is Snorlax around again? Dude, I've been eating my pizza. Yes, I see. And this one, All For One's not necessarily bad. I mean, he is a bad guy, but he's more of those calm and nice bad guys. With Deku sharpening his swords, cutting through All For One's hand. As it heals. I forgot to mention, I have a healing factor. Very strong. To the point where I can regrow limbs within a month or so. Maybe actually 2 months. I lost a toe once. It grew straight back. Good to know, Arth. Hey, maybe you could pass that on to your son Luke and get his hands back. Are you making the right reference? Because I feel like you're not. I don't know. That film's like, what, 1,000 years old? As Deku jumps up and trying to stab him, but he ends up getting stabbed in the torso with All For One's weird fingers. You know the thing that he uses to make Kurogiri activate his quirk? Yeah, that. As Izuku lets out a huge burst of energy. Damn. Didn't know you had that. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were legendary. As Deku creates a wall of shadow balls to say, "Oh no, let's test that." Frogadier, you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh yeah. Deku takes off the mask and throws it up into the air. As Greninja, not Frogadier, I'm starting to learn, throws his throwing star at it as the mask cracks. What are you doing? This is a last resort. Be lucky I'm showing you it. As the mask breaks into pieces, as Deku starts looking at him with fierce eyes, green, as he simply walks with a gigantic pressure behind him, as if All For One is about to be dragged down to hell, and he can do nothing about it. Deku simply flicks him as All For One falls, motionless and frozen. Deku stomps on his chest over and over again until eventually it stops and All For One can move again. Well, you should have used that time more. As All For One punches Deku in the face, his Deku says, "Sorry, but was that supposed to hurt? Or were you just pretending?" Guess I'll have to actually try. Your last resort isn't that bad, but I can see it has major drawbacks on you. You're a human. You'll most likely reform within a few days, but let's just see how long it will take for me to pound you to the ground. I'm under the legal age of consent. Not what I meant. I'm gonna hurt you very badly. Oh, that makes it a lot more clear. As All For One uses his gigantic punch as Deku's arm breaks, but it quickly heals itself. Wow. Normally it'd take, honestly, that weird Master Ball creature that I fought against to break my arm like that. But kudos to you, All For One. You managed to do it. Looks like I'm gonna have to start fighting. Deku blitzed towards him as Frogadier, sharing in that power, blitzes towards the Rhyhorn, as both of them do a front kick, or a high kick. As both of them land on their feet as they rush towards them again, slamming them to the ground. Deku breaking All For One's Darth Vader helmet. As Deku brings him up and headbutts him. As he does this a few more times. Oh, okay, that's starting to hurt. Oh, my head. You know, this is going to have major effects on me in the future. Yeah, and we don't necessarily get concussions, do we? No, we don't. As Deku is using just his hands, because he can't use any moves right now. Only physical attacks. That's price. The price he has to pay. In order for power, he has lost something. For temporarily, of course, for temporary power. As Greninja brings out his throwing stars as he throws them at the Rhyhorn, sending it back and onto the ground. As both of them stand over them in triumph. As All For One goes for a low blow as Deku simply sneezes and as it accidentally misses. That was extremely lucky. Well, I see you're still up to fight as Deku brings him up and throws him onto the Rhyhorn. Hello. Are you my mother? You're very tubby and warm. I feel safe. Anyways, let's leave it off of. Listen, I just want to show that he that he feels comfortable with his Pokemon in that last moment. Anyways, Wolf,